the hope was that these Florida showers would have passed through by now, but it looks like we're in for a wet one tonight at Raymond James Stadium in Tampa. Tonight it's on to Week 4 as we've got a good Thursday night matchup in store between the Minnesota Vikings and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. In the air, and the NFL season is in full swing, and we're underway here in Week 4. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25.
Let's go. 19 driving. Panther 11.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Throw over the middle, going to be caught here by Pitts. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play?
That's into a crowd and intercepted. It's Devin Lloyd with a pick, and the Bucs are going to take possession of the football.
Brandon, I wonder if someone's down there checking on the head coach right now because he might be in a little bit of shock after what just transpired. Instead of a lengthy opening drive to deal with, this guy stepped up and stole that drive away. Momentum on their side now. How will they attack on offense?
And he's got some space here. And a good-looking run there as he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18-yard line. That's good for a Buccaneer first, a pickup of 12 yards. All right, I got to ask you, with these RPOs, essentially the quarterback has 3 options, right? So what's different from that versus the triple option that we see the service academies run at the college level?
As a general rule, the triple option at the college level, most things are called outside of the quarterback faking it to the runner and then keeping it himself and maybe having a trail back. What I mean is, in the NFL, that option to throw the football all comes about organically. It's a natural deal based on reads. In college, if you're going to throw the football for triple option, you've actually called that play.
Back to Taylor on first down. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. The Buccaneers at 1-2 through the first 3 weeks of the season. And they got off to the good start, but then 2 straight losses since.
And now you start to wonder about what this does for a team's morale, how it affects their psyche, because let's face it, you work all summer pointing toward that opening game, you get the win, but then you don't carry it on from there. How will they bounce back from these losses and try and get right?
19 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it 1st and goal.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
Taylor is going backwards as he'll be tackled back at the 4-yard line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal. Here's Taylor again. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Jonathan Taylor, his 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Bucs take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. A good hold in these wet conditions. possessions. The point after is up and good, and it's now a 7-0 game. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Now remember, the last time out, they threw the interception. That led to the touchdown, so now time to regroup.
It certainly is, and their goal right now as they go back out on the field, a calming drive. Something that takes the ball, keeps it for a while, lets the defense relax a little bit, lets the offense regain confidence in their game plan.
Well, maybe that'll help him settle back into a groove after the interception on the first drive here, picking up the first to start drive number 2.
And it is just starting over, isn't it? Sometimes it's just how you have to do it. You have to erase things from your mind. Don't worry about what happened before, because over the course of a game, the good players, things turn out pretty well for them, and that's what he's trying to do here.
And that's good for a gain of 6, and it'll be second down. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2.
He may be a bit undersized compared to the modern-day NFL defensive tackle, but what he lacks in size, it definitely makes up for in his ability to make tackles in the run game as well.
On the left side, Gallup's got it. And he will have a Vikings 1st down. It won't be by much. He needed 3, and he got 3, barely. But the mark shows 1st down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger game. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield. I like the thought process. I like the design, but I think he may have waited a little too long to spot his man because if you're going to run that drag route, you've got to put it on him and let him turn upfield. Instead, he waits until his receiver's too close to the sideline, and they don't get the yards after the catch.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball in this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. It makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, they certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt. And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it. That kick, by the way, Charles, a career long.
Well, we did watch him in pregame, and he hit from this distance, so not a surprise. But there still is something exciting about it, carrying it over from practice and pregame to actually doing it in live action.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And they are losers of 2 straight coming into this Thursday night game. Is it more difficult, CD, when you take a losing streak into a quick turnaround game like this?
It certainly is, because you don't get time to work on the issues that you've had throughout the season that have caused you to have the record that you're having. You can't really get those set. So now you're trying to minimize those and maximize what you've been doing well. And I remember a game recently where one of the assistant coaches said to the head coach, forget our running back rotation. This guy has a hot hand, and they rode him to a victory. Those are things you have to look out for in games like this.
Willis's throw complete to Dotson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports.
Come on.
First and 10, Taylor now. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Following the pickup of 4, here's second and 6.
18 cards.
Again, it's Taylor. And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe.
Back-to-back 4-yard runs. Now, look, if they just do that all the way downfield, ball ends up in the end zone, but that's a little difficult to do.
Yeah, I think now 3rd and 2, that defense ready to stiffen up and stop that run. Play action. Willis out to his left. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Let's go now.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. As mentioned, this is one of the hottest teams in the NFL, riding that winning streak into this one, but now playing here on Thursday night. Do you think that this helps or hurts their momentum?
Well, ordinarily, I'd say it hurts the momentum because now you get that short week. But when a team's playing as well as they are, it actually allows them to down focus and only worry about themselves and less about their opponent. So when you're playing well, you just worry about the things you're doing well and let the opponent deal with that.
Come back in, corner, 17.
Second and 9 now. That one complete. He finds Sharp. And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. They'll look to throw. Oh, he's got his tight end pitch complete. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. That's a third down conversion of 24 yards there. Nice play. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. In motion left goes a tight end. Now a first down carry by Jones. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll set up a throw. Pass caught. It's Romeo Doubs. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs' 34-yard line. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs.
Here we go.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Completes it again to Dobbs. And they'll work this down inside the 30. 2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3 our score. Coming up at the half, a reminder we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. And they'll work from the 29 on 2nd and 6. Back to throw here. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
But there's an incompletion, partner, and the struggles through the air continue because so far their lack of passing production has led to a lack of points.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight at just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up 4th down.
York able to send this one through. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well, and kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Back to throw, Willis. And his throw here is incomplete.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because that incompletion's on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. 3rd down, it's Willis. Open man is Taylor. He's got it. And in for the Buccaneers touchdown. Jonathan Taylor with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. As his guys are able to extend their lead. Koo now for the point after. And it's up. It's good. Our score, 14-6. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Meanwhile, the throw here is complete. And he's got room. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
to throw again. That's going to be caught by Pitts. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver, although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
They'll look to throw again. On the slant, he'll get it to Jones. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to one remaining here as we head toward halftime. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. Touchdown! Kyle Pitts, as the first half is winding down. And the Vikings are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. A little surprising they wouldn't go for two, but this is up and good. And the lead is cut to 1 at 14-13. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And with a 1-point lead, you'd have to think they'll be looking just to get this to halftime.
70, 70. 70, Timberwolves.
They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. They find some open field here. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. 25 yards the pickup there, and also a first down.
I love football lingo and the evolution of it all. Nickel defense makes sense, right? Five defensive backs. But then you go to 6. What are you going to call that? And they call it a dime. A dime, which is just very simple for them. The math doesn't add up. But I know one thing. Offenses love to run against dime defenses. Typically, the bigger guys have an advantage against the smaller defensive backs when they're blocking downfield.
Yeah, we saw that advantage right there. He rifles one that's intercepted. Derek Stingley picks it. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. So a very tight first half. We had to break in a 1-point game. As we send you a stone's throw away across I-4 to Orlando. There standing by is Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And this will not be returned, so the second half begins with a touchback. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. This offense set to begin the third quarter. And, Charles, if they had a checklist of things they wanted to accomplish in the first half, certainly at the top of that list would be having the lead, and they've got that here. That's always the most important box to check, isn't it? But also, they've had some success in their passing game, so probably an empty box establishing the run. They're on pace for fewer than 100 yards in this one. So now they want to make sure that they get that going so they truly have a control in this ball game. And down there he goes, left side. 30, 10, 5, touchdown, Tampa Bay. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, second year in the NFL. And I don't know if last year as a rookie if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because
When he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that, so he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the second-year quarterback.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Well, the opposition laid down the challenge, an opening drive touchdown here to start the second half. And, Charles, now you feel like this group needs to get an answer because this all of a sudden is a two-score game.
Yeah, you're right about that. What was a small, manageable spread to overcome, a little bit more daunting now. I think you're exactly right. Pressure is on because you don't want them getting the ball back with a chance to really extend this lead out.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Pass to the right. There's Jones. That catch puts him over 70 yards receiving now as he's got a first down. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Flushed out right. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
As we both know, there was a lot that went into why they made him their first-round pick this year. And part of it was what they saw in college, his playmaking ability when things break down. As soon as he saw he wasn't getting a lane to throw, he pivoted and found an alternate way to the marker.
And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
2nd and 5. That's into the hands of Pitts, the tight end. So the completion good for just 3. And that'll leave him with a 3rd and 2.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
Got his man. It's Arcega-Whiteside. And he will have a Vikings first down by a couple of yards as they're able to get 4 there on 3rd and 2.
At first glance, I thought he just used his size in order to win the route, but he also had a little subtle move in there as well. Made the defender think he was going one direction and was able to track the ball in another.
Back to throw now on first down. To the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in. So the completion results there in 9 yards, and it'll bring up a 2nd and short. Up the middle, Jones. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll set up to throw. Got this complete to the tight end, Pitts. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
An inside give to Jones. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
And when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
2nd down, another shot for Jones. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. 4 yards on the play. That's going to lead to 1st and goal.
It's nice every now and then in this game not to see people overthink it. Just hand it to the old reliable guy. Let him pick up the first down.
Now Jones. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Merritt. And the Buccaneers are going to take over at their own 13-yard line. Those INTs all sting, but you throw one in the red zone, I think especially as a rookie, maybe it stings a little bit more.
I think what you're saying is they don't all count the same, do they? Right? Interceptions in the red zone that you've given up points now, those are precious. So you have to learn from those and in a hurry.
Well, this will look to throw on 1st down. He's going to let this one go deep. And that one knocked away and incomplete. Nice job defensively on what will be the final play of the 3rd quarter. Back now in Tampa. It's the Bucs. They've got the football. They also are in front here on the scoreboard as we start the 4th.
Here we go.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Running straight ahead, Taylor. And he finds enough of an opening to get this one back up to his 20. 57 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Here comes the Buccaneers punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. This is taken at about the 14. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. So a good punt there, but a very strong 14-yard return. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
13 yards as the Vikings pick up the 1st down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. This one swung out here to Jones. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And this is going to lead to another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Bucs' 27-yard line. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue.
Okay, ready? Seven pilots. Cut back in.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the 1st down. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the 1st. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. A slant to Jones. And the Vikings are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line. Jones going to be hit and met at the line of scrimmage. They get him down at the 3. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. 2nd and 3. And a quick throw here that's complete. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. They'll try and sneak it here, and he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown. The sneak successful from a yard out, and the Vikings have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. Oh, how about this? No good. Just his 2nd miss of the year, and our score will stay right where it is. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
It carries like that. That's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out. I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. They go to the ground again with Taylor. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 81 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point in the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Up the middle, here's Taylor. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw it for a loss.
On 3rd down, here's Taylor. And good space to operate there as he takes this down inside the 35-yard line. What a ball game this was. What an atmosphere this was.